In this video, I'm going to talk about the 7 things that's killing your confidence. Hi, Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So, and P.S. and by the way, before I get started, if this is your first time being here and you like this video, like, subscribe, click the little bell below. That way when I go live, you get to ask me anything that you want. So, this is a question that was brought to my attention 2 weeks ago from a long time subscriber, follower, because he's having a lot of problems with his confidence. He says sometimes he feels confident, sometimes he don't, and he wanted to know what could he do to stop the madness. What could he do to put an end to this? How does this affect him? And what it stems from? Where it's coming from? Where is this lack of confidence coming from? And the number one place where it stems from is the media, the television set. If you look at television a lot, if you flip through the magazines, if you look at the commercials, any mainstream media outlet, for the most part, the more you flip through that magazine, women, this works on women much more powerful than guys. But the more you flip through those magazines, more women flip through magazines. They think they're looking uglier. Something wrong with my eyes. My hair ain't straight enough. My body ain't better enough. I'm fat. I need to lose weight. I don't like I don't like the color of my skin. I don't like the color of my hair. And on and on and on. The more you plug into that media, the more you buy into those commercials, the magazine, the marketing, the advertising, the movies in Hollywood, it's going to brainwash you to believe that you're just not good enough. So you're going to try to become somebody else. And this is where plastic surgery comes into play at. And this is where those hydrogel asses come into play at. And then guys, they look at the magazine, look at the commercials. This guy's got a 6-pack, and they'll be like, well, how come you don't have a 6-pack? You suck. And then they'll showcase people on the billboards and television. He's a millionaire, and they'll be like, hey, he's a millionaire. He's from where you're from. He's from your block. He's from your country. He's from your city. How come you can't? If he can do it, you should be able to do it. What's wrong with you? This is what happens. And see, the problem with that is they don't tell you how these people did what they did. And they're not going to tell you everything about what they did because they don't know what they did. The people that's telling the story, they don't really know how they did what they did because they never asked the person that got what they got. They never asked Jay-Z, hey, how did he do it? They never asked 50 Cent, how did he do it? And Brad Pitt, all these people, they never asked them how they did what they did. They just put them on a pedestal. Somebody wanted to help. Somebody gave them a bunch of money to help them promote their product, and now they're in a commercial, and they're doing all these movie promotional promo tours all over the world, but they never asked these people, how'd you do it? They just, and then even if they do ask them questions, well, what's your daily routine like, weekly routine like? It's always a broad question or response that they never asked them, hey, Tell me the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. And I've asked questions like that. What's your workout routine like? What do you do? What's your routine like in the gym? Show me techniques and tell me your diet. They never ask questions like that. They just throw out a bunch of numbers and they'll take off the shirt and put on some oil and they be all shining and come on, man. And then you looking at that like, hey man, I gotta have a 6-pack and I gotta have a bunch of money to get the girls because the girls is flocking to them. Of course the girls gonna flock to them because they have status, celebrity status. Of course they're gonna flock to them. You can't compete with that. If you're not a celebrity, you can't, or a public figure, you can't compete with that. Come on. But you thinking that something's wrong with you. You thinking you gotta become somebody else instead of yourself. Because you bought into that. And that's killing your confidence. That's gonna have you in a hamster wheel. You're gonna be all over the place. And the next thing a lot of guys do is they're always comparing themselves to other guys. They're always saying, hey, we went to college together. He's driving a BMW. I'm driving a Honda Accord. He worked at UPS. He worked at Bank of America. I work at UPS. He worked at what's another company that people like? He works at Google. I work at where? I work at Harris Theater corporate. It's like, why are you comparing yourself to anybody else? Oh, he's married to a wife with kids. I'm single. So there's something that I'm doing wrong. Look, if you're trying to compare, if you're comparing yourself to another man, you've already lost. You've already lost if you're doing that. You have time to make comparisons. You're not even in the same position as this other person, and vice versa. Especially if they're from another country coming over here, especially if they're an immigrant coming over here. We're not in the same position. We're not in the same league. I mean, it's like night and day. Someone's like me, I'm born and raised here. And it would be a fool for me to compare myself to somebody that's coming from another country that came over here 5-10 years ago. I mean, it's like we're not even in the same position. Politically. And economically even. I mean, it's like, why would I even compare? This person came over here on their own. Nobody put a gun to their head or nothing. I'm born, raised, bred over here. I don't have time to compare myself to another man. And the next thing I would say is stop worrying about what people think about you. It's a waste of time. If you're waiting on your friends and family to validate you, approve of all your endeavors, all your ideas, you're going to be waiting for a long time, my friend. A wise man once told me, in order to be loved, you have to be hated. And everybody's just not going to be feeling you like that. Look, you can't have them all. You can't get them all. You can't have every woman. It ain't going to happen. Some of them you just going to have to be cool with and keep it moving. Some of your family ain't really down with you anyway, like you think. And they're not going to show really. Now you might be thinking, well, I've never seen my family show their true hand because you haven't done anything for them to do it. Just like I know some people that been around, hanging around friends for years. They'll be like, oh, he's such a good friend or whatever. He's so cool. I never seen him act funny style or get jealous, anything like that. Because they never had to. Because you're just passive aggressive. That's why you never seen anything. That's why you never done anything or said anything to really get them out of their comfort zone. Really. You know. And then and if you're a man, if you're trying to be a man, you got to go for yours. You can't care what people say about you. My dad used to tell me, if people aren't talking about you, you ain't doing much. You're not doing much if people aren't talking about you. Haters are doing their job. They create this environment, you have to understand, it creates haters. Because a hater, he ain't trying to go for his. He feels entitled. He feels like what you're doing, you're not supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be doing it with less effort because he feels like it's set up for him. And maybe it was set up for him. But he wants what you got and some. But he don't want to put the time and the effort into it. That's why he's a hater. And it ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't take it personal. That's just how some people are. So I just look at them and keep it moving. And I laugh at the haters. Really. I laugh at them. I expect people to say things from time to time. Doesn't happen all the time, but I expect people to say things that ain't so cool. That's unnecessary in most cases. Because that's just how it is. Really. You gotta go for yours, man. You can't care what the next man or the next woman say. At the end of the day, the women that come in your life, they're either in or they out. You don't even have to argue. You don't have to convince. They're either in or they out. That's how it is. Most people are going to leave. Because most people want to fit in. See, I never tried to fit in. I wasn't raised like that. I was taught to go for yours. Whatever you want, go for it, 110%. All out. I ain't trying to fit in. I ain't trying to do what everybody else is doing. I ain't trying to hold back. I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm going for mine 110%. Some people, they'll go through the door slow, timid. I'm knocking the door down when I go in. Because I'm going in full throttle. You know? But if you're like holding back or you waiting on somebody else to give you validation or some type of approval, and you're just a slave. You're just a slave then. You're just like, you're going to live, mediocre and average. And then you're going to be trying to figure out why things aren't going the way it's going. Because you're too passive. You're a people pleaser. And I'm not trying to please anybody. Maybe you are, but I'm not. I wasn't raised that way. I'm not afraid. You got to be fearless out here. Fear is the number one tactic that they use to stop you from doing whatever. But that don't work on me. Never has. I'd rather die than accept certain things. I'd rather die than be a coward. I'd rather die than become somebody else because I don't feel like I'm good enough. I'd rather die. But that's just me. What about you? Leave your comments below. So you like this video, like, subscribe, check out my book, Love Can't Wait. Click the little bell below, that way when I come online, we can chat up. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.